So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Zari Alexandria.
And we're going to ask her some questions today about her new album, The Songbook Opens. I'm going to start, so congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
Feeling great. When you're about to release something, it's very stressful, and then the fact that so many releases were happening on the same day as mine.
Yeah.
It was, with Water Parks and 21 Pilots, Olivia Rodrigo, I was a little stressed, but I feel like people still listened to it. People still loved it. And that was very cool to see. People were reacting to it live on Twitter too, doing threads and whatnot. Which is so cool because I do that all the time. So seeing people do that with my music was awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I feel like the reception was really good, and that was very nice to see. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Deserved. That's good.
It was a very packed release week, but the playlist was shorter than it usually is.
It was 4 hours.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No. Usually it's 7.
We also both got to skip the Water Parks album because we had already listened to that 10 times.
And
each.
I skipped 21 Pilots, so
Okay, so it was a little easier. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. So what inspired you to actually open up the album with brainstorming? I thought it was just a really cool opener. It kind of caught your ear immediately. What was the idea behind that?
Well, I love demos. I have a whole bunch of them on my phone. And I like cool intros to albums all the time. Because you want, that hook, reel people in. So I was thinking, I already knew the first song was going to be, or the real song was going to be From the Heart. So I was like, how do I lead this in?
Yeah.
Looked through my phone, found the demo. And I was like, gears started turning. I was like, I was like, this would be a cool transition, because I like transitions too. I love transitions. I thought it'd be a cool transition. I love demos, and I wanted to include a demo and put it in a place that made sense, and putting brainstorming at the beginning just made sense.
Fair enough.
Solid. It's cool.
So what made you choose the Petty Attentionseeker as the lead single for the record?
That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know. I think, I sometimes go on Instagram Live just to sing and goof around, and anytime I sang that song, a lot of people, like my friends in the chat, would just hype it up a lot. So I thought it'd be a good idea to, have that as a single. Also, it's just a really fun song, and I wanted, because my previous release before that was Broken Skeleton, and I wanted to be like, okay, we're done being sad. Let's bring up the energy a little bit now.
Yeah.
So it was weird though, because the last song that I finished for the album was the Petty Attentionseeker.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the last song that I made with the tracks. So it was the first song I recorded vocally though, because I knew I wanted it to be a single, but it was very, very last minute. But after I finished it, I was like, yeah, this is good. So I thought it'd be a strong start. So yay.
Yay. Also, I wanted to ask, why wasn't Broken Skeleton on the album?
Well,
because it's so wildly different, Glory.
I know, but still,
the question for you, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very different from the rest of the album, and honestly, I didn't know that I was gonna release the Petty Attentionseeker as soon as I did. So I was like, well, I want to release something, so let me just do Broken Skeleton real fast. And I didn't know that it was gonna have that great of a reception because it was very last minute. But yeah, I would have included it on the album if it did fit somewhere, but I couldn't find a place for it to fit.
Yeah, that's fair. That's what I assumed. I was just still I really liked it. So, anyways, so is there any meaning behind the album name or cover art?
Album name. I mean, when I went into creating the album, I was thinking of I've been writing songs for 4 years, and I want to like, this is my first project. And usually when I have an idea, I open my songbook. So I wanted to have that theme going around, especially with like the demo being the opening. And then I just thought I like the little motif that I added throughout too. So I thought having that as the title would be cool. The artwork is supposed to be kind of my desk, because there's like the mug, which I always have my mug with me. There's a candle. I always have candles at my desk. And then my desk is black. So that's why the cover art is black, because I usually write my songs at my desk. So there's some thought into it. Yeah.
That's
like
really
it.
cool. All right. Solid.
So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Oh man. Writing process was usually, man, I'm mad about something, or I'm upset about something. Let me write about it. The first song I like wrote for the album was 24 Hours. I wrote it almost a year ago. And it was actually supposed to be on my second EP, Quarantunes, and it didn't work out because it sucked. Like, it was really bad. it was so bad, guys. Like, I know you mentioned like production's not my strong point, and like
That's
I tried
completely
my
fair.
best, but the first version of 24 Hours, garbage. Like, I couldn't even listen to it. So yeah, it was not great. But yeah, it started with that, like me being mad about social media. And then I was like, what are other things I'm mad about? That I was mad about like a specific situation on Twitter. And then I was mad about, the world, which from the heart, it was, I was like, the world's on fire. And then I was mad and upset. I was like, let me just put this all in an album.
Fair enough. Makes for a pretty good record.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Just expressing myself. That's the best way to write a song, is express yourself. And I definitely did that.
So
Definitely.
Right. So I want you to pick your favorite lyric off of this album and tell us the meaning behind it.
Okay. My favorite lyric is from 24 Hours. My feed is chaotic. People are toxic. Someone else is canceled, but K-pop's the topic.
Yeah.
It's such a weird
That
line.
flows so well, though.
It does.
Like that's a bar right there.
It is.
Thank you. Yeah, because I was on, the whole song's about Twitter, and I remember being on Twitter, and someone was canceled. I forgot who, because so many people were canceled.
So many every day. Yeah.
Like, people had to go outside, man.
Yeah, it was literally every day there was a new Is Over party. I haven't seen one since the beginning of quarantine.
I'm so glad.
Every single day.
It was like walking on eggshells, man. Like, no one was safe.
Exactly.
Like,
it was scary.
Like, someone with 3 followers suddenly is trending because they said something fucked up 15 years ago, and it's like, holy shit, okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, and one of the times that someone, like, it was that same week of like everyone was getting canceled, like every single day.
Yeah.
K-pop was trending underneath it because there's so many K-pop fan cams under that
yeah, you're
under the hashtag. So when I was writing the song, that was like the first thing, that was the first line that popped up. I was like, I want that to be included, because that's just been a huge thing with like K-pop being a part of those cancel culture. So yeah, that's my favorite line.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect choice.
Since their favorite groups weren't doing anything or being active, they were too busy canceling everyone and spreading their fan
BTS
cams
was on
with it.
hiatus. Yeah.
now that BTS is back, we haven't seen as much canceling going on.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the growth between your debut single to now?
Oh, wow. Pretty good. I'm just glad I've improved over time, because my earlier projects, I really didn't know what I was doing, to now, like, it's still not perfect, but I have somewhat of an idea of what I'm doing now. So seeing the growth at, like, with people that are listening to it, and like growth with how I'm executing everything, has been very, very rewarding, I'd say. So yeah, and like now I get to do cool things like be on a podcast. So
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Yay.
Listen, you just fake it until you make it. Like
Literally, yeah.
For us, it was faking it, and then suddenly we had the Wiggles on. You're just doing your thing.
You're doing
so
great.
Cool, by the way. The
Faking
fact
it
that
until you
had,
make it, man.
Yeah, the fact that you guys had like the day I saw that being like announced, I was like, I'm literally 1 degree away from a Wiggle now, and
That's crazy, right?
I grew up with the Wiggles. Like I saw them in concert twice when I was little. Like I was obsessed.
As you should be.
Yeah, every single band we have interviewed was on Twitter like, we are now 1 degree away from the Wiggles. I'm like, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
We have Emma Wiggle follows us on Instagram, and we have her phone number. Beat that.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah, we love to see it.
We do. So you kind of went into it already a little bit, but if you want, you could go a bit more in depth. Can you tell us where your headspace was while creating this album? You kind of already mentioned like angry, so
And Twitter.
Anything else?
I mean, yeah, I was just angry, upset. You know, being still, we were still in quarantine, like hardcore quarantine. So I was upset about that. Yeah, that was pretty much it, where my headspace was at. I was talking to one of my friends. She also writes songs. She's planning on doing that as a career too. So I had her listen to the album, and she was like, how come I find out about how you're doing through your music? Like, I feel like you should be telling me these things, or like, you know, checking in, like, you know, I'm here for you, right? I'm like, yeah, I just, you know, by the time I write the song, I'm feeling better, so I don't need to talk about it. She's like, well, I'm here for you. Like, if you're angry or upset, like, I'm here. I was like, okay. So,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So her first reaction to the album was, you know, you could talk to me, right?
Yeah.
Which is just iconic. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, she was like paying it, like a lot of people just like listen to like the instruments and like everything else and pay attention to lyrics later, but because she's a lyricist, she pays attention to lyrics more. So she was like catching on immediately, like, hey, like you're like you're thinking about having an existential crisis and like all these things, like do you need help, or like is there anything I can do?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was like, I'm okay now, but when I was writing these songs, it was a little rough, but it's all good. It's all good.
I applaud her on being able to pick up on those things in lyrics, because I could listen to an album 1,000 times and still not know what it's saying. I'm just like, wow, funny music, go burr, and keep on listening to it. Like, and people on Twitter are like, you know that album's like really fucked up, right? And I'm like, I don't care, funny music, go burr.
Exactly. Drummy smash smash.
Breakdown, go wah. I'm sorry. I'm really tired. It's the only interview of the day. I'm just letting it all out. I can let all the energy out because I don't have to keep it together for 4 more interviews after this.
Oh my god!
It's all good. That was so funny. Okay. We're all back. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Glory's still catching her breath over there. So, what band or artist influence do you think you can hear the most on this album? Is there any AJR? Because I know Glory pulled that fucking thing out of left field. I was just as shocked as you were. Glory, you're not allowed to defend yourself. That was not allowed.
No, I got the explanation. It just it caught
me off guard too.
Yesterday where you guys were talking about it. Like, firstly, the Olivia Rodrigo thing caught me off guard too. You're like, oh, I like this better than Olivia Rodrigo. I was like, I do. Whoa, all right, okay, that's okay. Thanks. Like, yeah,
we liked it enough to kick the show off with it.
Yeah, which I wasn't expecting either. That was very cool. I was like, oh, I have to make sure I'm really on time this time.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good, because I like listening to the or going on the Twitch streams every week, so I want to make sure I tune in. But yeah, of course. But the AJR thing really caught me off guard, because you guys spent a whole maybe 5 minutes just like bashing on their album. So
their album just wasn't good. but your album is.
And then you had the audacity of saying that AJR album was really bad. But hey, Zari, your album kind of sounds like AJR just a little bit. Just a bit.
Like I knew there were good intentions, and you explained it, but like at first when you like just name dropped it, I was like, whoa. I
saw the O in chat. I'm like, Glory, you fucking broke her.
Dude, I saw it too, and I was like, oh god, but we were already past it, so I was like, I can't just be like, wait a second, let's go back to this.
Yeah, no, it's all good. AJR did not inspire this album. I mean, I used to be a big AJR fan, and it's mainly because they have like theatrical elements in their music, and I do theater, so I like including those things. So I get the comparison. Again, it just threw me off guard. But as for for inspirations, back to the actual question, it was always theater. I was going back and like looking at like all the music I was listening to when I was making the album, and like the main one I was listening to was Super Bloom by Ashton Irwin. Ooh. Which didn't really, or like it, I mean, it kind of inspired Bite Your Tongue, all the other, and a little bit of From the Heart. But I was listening to that album a lot, so there's a little bit of inspiration there. A little bit of the band Mariana's Trench, because again, theatrical elements, they include that a lot too. That was mainly in the interlude. Those are like the big two. I was also listening to for like the second half of the album, the slower part of the album, it was a lot of Lizzie McAlpine and Dodie. Dodie. So yeah, Dodie.
Love Dodie.
I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, for inspiration. So no AJR though.
Okay, good. Yeah. So this one should be super, super fast. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words.
Okay. Energetic and sad.
One? Oh, okay. Sad.
Energetic, sad, chaotic.
Just kind of like this interview.
Sad.
No, not sad. I was just going with chaotic.
Okay.
I caught the other two. I just didn't have a comment about either of them.
That's fair.
I was going to say sad. Okay. So I was
like... so in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling you want listeners to have while going through the album?
I mean, not really. I mean, just usually with my songs, I kind of have like a go-to feeling with like what people should listen to. But there's so many different feelings on this album. It's just like feel whatever you want, relate to it in whatever way you want to relate to it. So it's kind of a free range this time around, which I actually kind of like. So yeah, no specific feelings though, but whatever you shall want to feel.
Okay, I like that.
Oh, that's fair. All right. So if you could write one song in the entire history of songs, which song would you write and why?
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a stumper, man.
Yeah. Is it okay if I mention 2 songs?
We'll let it slide.
Yeah.
Okay. One is called Moon in the Morning by Adam Melcher. It's just a really well-written song. It's one of my favorite songs ever. And I every time I listen to it, I'm like, man, I wish I could write something like that or similar to it, or just like have the song for myself, because it's a really well-written song. In terms of lyrics and like melody and everything. The other one I was thinking was basically for similar reasons, Bruised by With Confidence, because yeah, that song is also well written and the melody is like really pretty and everything. I really, really like that song too. And those 2, I would say, like, if I could write any song, I wish it would be those 2, like, hands down. Yeah,
banger choice.
Good answers. So for the last couple questions, we're actually shift away from music, and I don't have a segue for the rest of this. So
that was the segue.
If you could be one animal for the rest of your life, which animal would you be?
Oh, an animal.
I'm killing these segues, Glory.
Sorry.
Yeah, animal. First animal that came into mind, I don't know why, it was a peacock.
Ooh.
Shane,
why are you laughing at the peacock?
What's wrong with the peacock?
Yeah. I don't know, I think the peacock is a solid animal.
Yeah, it's just very pretty. They, it's very, they look very fun,
Yeah, so, they're very colorful.
Colorful.
I just make piss jokes on Twitter, so I got the maturity of a 5-year-old, so the word cock got me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I should have expected that, because I pay attention to the timeline.
Unfortunately, yes.
You should mute us.
Yeah,
I could never. Sometimes I just look at it, I'm like, all right, I can't
You're like, that was definitely a Shane tweet. Why did Glory let that one slide?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
So if you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, which song would it be?
No.
Yep.
Oh.
We had to do it. Sorry.
Bang by AJR. I'm so kidding. No,
okay.
I was gonna say, I'm like, we're almost done, but we got to cut this one off right here.
You scared me.
God. No. God, that song is terrible.
It is, right? Oh my god.
Podcast is just me bashing on AJR now.
I mean, as you should. It's fun.
We're completely okay with it. We just sent off a pitch to have them on the podcast, but it's okay. We're gonna send all the clips of us bashing them. I hope we pull it off.
I hope so too. Song, oh man, I listen to so much music that I don't know. That's so hard. Guys, that's so tough. Oh man.
There are a lot of songs out there.
I know. I mean, I guess I'll bring it up again. Moon in the Morning by Adam Melcher, because I listen to that song nearly every day anyway, so might as well just listen to that one for the rest of
your life. Yeah.
All right.
That's fair.
That was so tough.
So for this last question, I need you to walk with me. Boom. You're on a desert island. You can bring one person, one movie, and one album. Who and what are you bringing?
Person, movie, album. Person, movie, album. Person. Okay, any person?
Any person.
We're gonna come back to the person. I need to think about that more. Movie would be Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's like the only movie that I watch. I'm not a movie person, but
that's fair.
Something about that movie I really like. So
it's a very good movie.
Yeah, I would watch that. Then album. There's so many good albums out there. Jeez, album.
Music.
Yeah. Etc. You know what? I'll bring Greatest Hits by Water Park.
As you
should. True.
That album is really good. I've listened to it like every single moment of today and yesterday, and since it came out, really.
You should.
It's been on loop. So I bring that one.
What's your favorite track off of it?
Ooh, that's a hard question.
Oh, don't do that
that's
to
a hard
me,
question.
Glory.
I'm sorry, I did it last time, so I have to do it again.
That's a really hard question.
Shane, you could start off. What's your favorite track?
I don't have an answer.
Why don't you have an answer?
Someone asked me in the water park server yesterday what my favorite song was, and I just went with Numb because it's the song I've listened to the most. I've listened to it.
Numb is very good.
Yeah, Numb is very good, but it's just like the entire album is so like cohesive that it's hard to pick out a song for me still because I'm so early in my like listening to it on the daily for 6 months. So that's just the safe answer for right now. I'm sure it's going to change. I'll get very sick of Numb in the next month or so.
It's a very good song. I can't get sick of it. Well, mine's Fuzzy, so
banger.
Good choice. Good choice.
Ice Bath is really the good non-single though. I'm really digging Ice Bath right now.
Ice Bath. Ice Bath is like Ice Bath came out like 3 years ago, I've been like, ew, what is this? But it's
Literally,
one of my favorites.
Because it combines the intro, which I love that lyric from the intro, and then adds on to it, makes it so funky. And I'm like, God damn, this song is so fucking good. Even though I know it's like a reprise or something. It's not really like a song. It's kind of an interlude, but not marked as one. I'm like, but no, it's still so fucking good.
It's still so good. Yeah, that intro is so catchy.
Exactly.
Like, around my house, I'm just like, last night I have a strange idea. Like, so good. Favorite song from the I'm gonna jeez. I mean, the ones I've been listening to the most are Violet, Secret Life of Me,
that's a good one,
and Like It.
That's a good one.
So yeah, those three I have. Sometimes I like go back and listen to those like a few times before I move on to the rest of the album.
Yeah, you loop it a couple times.
Yeah. The whole thing is so good though. Like, they did such a good job with that album. Really good. So we got Greatest Hits.
Yep.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and then the person I would like to bring, even out of everyone, I would just bring my mom. You know.
Yeah.
I like hanging out with my mom. And she likes this very similar music to me too. So I think she hasn't listened to Greatest Hits yet, but I think she'd like it. And
she can listen to it on the album. I mean, Island. Whoops.
Yeah. Just hang out with her. Listen to that. Watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off because she likes that movie too. So I think that would be it. So my mom, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Greatest Hits, aka the best water parks album.
I agree. That's still so weird to hear because it was fandom before, and now I'm like, no, you're right.
No, I think it's Greatest Hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Stream the Songbook Opens on anywhere you stream. Spotify, Apple Music, all those good things. Watch by the time this is out, definitely. The Petty Attentionseeker music video will be out. So watch that. Follow me on Twitter at Zari_Alexandria. Instagram, same thing, Zari_Alexandria for updates on music and whatever I choose to post.
Life stuff.
Just stuff. And that's it. That's all I have to plug.
All right. Well, thank you for sitting down with us. It's been Zari Alexandria, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.